The Children of Wilton Lane Read was a mammoth project and a huge undertaking. We did it in collaboration with the Johannesburg Holocaust and Genocide Centre and ourselves in Cape Town. And the thought was to get 10,000 children to read the book. And 10,000 diverse children, all from grade 6 to grade 9, to have it at school and for it to become part of the curriculum where they would read either as a class or they would read as an individual or they would read to one another the story. And then of course to go to a theatre to actually watch the live performance.
So the book was written by Mona and another co-writer about her mother, Lisa Ura, who was a kindertransport child and went to an orphanage in a place called Willesden Lane in London, and she was a brilliant pianist. And the story tells of how her mother became a concert pianist, Mona herself becomes a concert pianist, and it's through playing the piano that she tells her mother's story.
When I was a little girl and my mother told me the story, I think in some wild way, the 6 million were branded on my heart, etched into my heart, those numbers. I didn't realize it at the time. As the years went on, being the daughter of someone who has gone through that kind of trauma affected me so deeply, it came out. I don't think you can be the children of refugees or the children of parents that have suffered and endured and gone through things without somewhere feeling it. In my particular case, I wanted to take my mother's pain away, and so I became a child prodigy. But it was really only until I was engaged to play that one piece that she dreamed about that everything erupted inside of me.
Many of the children have no idea what Europe looks like, Austria, Vienna. Most of them don't have any knowledge of the history of the composers of classical music because the interest is mostly in more modern music, unless the children are piano players. The teachers at the same time also needed to acquaint themselves with musical terms. So putting together the workshop, we not only needed to give the background, not so much about the Holocaust, but what was happening in Europe and in Germany at the time, but also the environment in which Lisa Ura grew up and eventually how she ended up in Britain. The war coming to Britain with the bombing and all of those things helped Lisa to cling to her music because that's how she got through the Blitz in London. And the terminology of the compositions that were played by Lisa during World War II and before that needed to be defined, and the children needed to hear the music so that they could understand the memories that were attached to the music. So putting it into context was making it come alive to the children with the music, and that's how it linked up with the concert.
The most amazing thing about bringing the book alive into the theatrical show gave me the opportunity to go out on stage and really interact in a live way with audiences. And especially what is so amazing is that I get to bring the story alive at the piano and with the visuals and the sound effects to young people. They read the book, they love the book, but when they get to come and meet the daughter of the heroine that they've been studying about, it adds an extra measure of excitement and it just brings it all alive. And I think that was the reason I wanted to do this.
So it was a project of love, trying to work out all of the logistics. How do you get children from areas that are far away from the actual venues to the venues? So we hired buses that brought children to the City Hall and to the Linda Auditorium in Johannesburg. And then, how do you select the children? How do you select the schools when you have so many schools within South Africa? I think that both of the centres looked at the schools who come on our normal programs and invited schools to participate.
To get children to read is difficult in the best of circumstances. And it was important. Firstly, each child received the book and it became their book. And that was really, really important. It was something, and we had children coming to the concert holding their book, but it became almost like, in the way that Anna Frank's diary was inspirational for Nelson Mandela when he was in prison, I think this book was an inspiration for children.
The message for me that came out was that as a human being, you don't have to give up. All you have to do is try your best, even if or whatever the circumstances that you're facing as a person might be, because you might have a challenging obstacles, and in order for you to pass through those obstacles, you need to set your mental mindset into a position that's more capable, into a position that's more conscious, that's more able to surpass what challenges that you're facing. Therefore, you will succeed what you want and you'll achieve your dreams.
She's sharing about her mom, but she's also performing what her mom was performing. So for me, it made me think on the value of family and how the World War II took that away from them, and that even though that happened, she still had like that gift from her mom passed on to her, and now like sharing it to the world. So that was like amazing for me, and it touched me in that way.
So Moni's mother, what she showed was courage and her self-confidence, and then some of us lacked that. And then also she had peer pressure in a good way and also in a bad way, which showed her that in life that there's so much you can do without giving up. If you only believe and hope and pray that everything will go according to order and everything will go fine.
I think coming to South Africa has probably been one of the greatest honors of my life. Performing here in one of the most beautiful halls I've ever appeared in, here at City Hall, I will take these memories away with me for a lifetime. And being made aware that Mandela spoke from the balcony, I'm humbled that I get to come here, that I've had the opportunity to impact young people, knowing the history of this hall, knowing the history of this country, a country that stands for the universal struggle to provide dignity and equality to people of all walks of life, and it continues to have that struggle.
I think that the Derech Eretz of the children of Willesden Lane is that if you are passionate about something, if you dream, if you will it, you will be able to achieve it.